We're going to fold this hakama. So this hakama was borrowed by one of our new students who just passed 7th Q at Memphis Kendo Association. When the student passes 7th Q, they're allowed to wear keikogi hakama. And while he was waiting on his hakama to show up in shipping, we let him borrow this one. This one is from AOI Badogu. This is 8800. All izomi, pleat stitched, so it has a stitching between the pleats that will help you with refolding it after it has been washed or used. So, not a big deal. The student's been hanging it up on these 2 drying tabs, which is perfectly fine. That's exactly the way you can do it. If you fold your hakama every time, it will always retain its shape. So right down the middle of the hakama, first thing is there's a divided section here. You want to make sure that's pointed to the right. You can do this by hanging it on the ground, hanging it up so it's straight up and down. But if it's on a table like this, just find that middle spot. Make sure it's to the right. You take these 2 tabs, put them together. I'll only talk about the key points. So get the hemo together. You want to gather them up, and I like to hold them in the back of the koshita like this, so they're out of the way. Like that. If you will reach down and pull the seam and the pleat together, you can lay it down. Move your strings out of the way. Let me check the camera real quick, see if that's in the right place. Yep, that's perfect. So the seam down the back, there's a seam inside. So you want to open this up and find the inside seam. So these are stitched inside the pleats. Makes it easy to fold, so that just falls right into place. And once again, if you always fold your hakama, it will retain its shape. If you, for some reason, can't fold it and it gets out of shape, or it's been in a closet for a while, you can take it out and re-steam it. Don't iron this, you can steam it and get this seam back to where it's supposed to be. So once this line is across the back, then you flip the koshita over, grab the front with your thumb, like that. You want to reach down with your hand, keep this seam down, and hold it, and then just flip it over, just like that. So now we know on the bottom side we have 1 seam all the way down the back. Half of the hakama is folded. You don't have to, but I turn it around because this is more comfortable for me to fold it. Take all the strings, get them out of the way. Then, on your hakama, you have 3 pleats on the left side, 2 pleats on the right side. Just open gently and find the middle. The middle is right here. So this is a easy pleated hakama. So we'll take this and I'll take this inside like that, and I just work in. So as you can see, this seam is where we fold it, and there's a seam, or there's a crease here. So I'll make sure that goes like this. Get that folded to where it is. You can also pull this up so that it's correct. that seam will stay there if you continue. If you fold it every time, it won't work. If you don't fold it every time, sometimes you'll have to re-steam it and remake that crease. Piece to piece. So first three, just about done. Look on the other side. So inside there's a center. It should be to the right side. That runs all the way down. So let me check the camera. That's just about perfect. And what you want to do, you want to have the same amount on either side. You want to have this symmetrical. You don't want to have the top shifted over in any one direction. So these sides fold in. This side folds in. On children's size hakamas and shorter hakamas, you don't have to do this next part, but for longer lengths, take about 3 inches or so and fold this over so that all of this retains. You can see we have a beginning of one line. So we want to fold this in thirds. So the first third about here. Make a crease with your hand, fold it over. This way. There is more than one way to fold hakamas. This is the way that I do it. So you have one line, one seam all the way on the back of the hakama. Turn it over. Get all the strings out of the way. Sometimes they teach folding this underneath and then folding it up before that, but that's not the way I do it. So we have 2 short strings and 2 long strings. So move your short strings out of the way. We'll start with this side. Make sure that it's flat all the way down. Join this in 2. Sides. There's another video that I've put out showing this, maybe from a different angle. However your hemo dry after they've been wet is how they're going to stay. So if after they're wet, if you take them and you flatten them out as best you can with your hands, then they will dry much flatter. So we have a X. It's supposed to be exactly here, but it's not. Whatever. It's fine. Take a piece over the top, under everything. Around and back down underneath. Same thing with this side. If you haven't seen this video, there's another video that I put out about how to make this beautiful bow. This, take these, tuck underneath. Just tuck slightly over here. That's how to make your hakama. When you go to put it on, take it out of your bag, take these 2 portions this way, and just pull them apart. And then put your hakama on. That's how you do it.